Good day, ma'am. I am Jeneriel Cagas from BSHM3B, and for today's video, I will be report in Chapter 12 entitled Laws Related to Tourism Investments and Finance. And here's the learning objectives. First, enumerate the procedure in setting up a tourism-oriented business. Second, explain the laws governing tourism investments and financing tourism-oriented projects. Third, discuss the business models applicable to tourism projects. Fourth, enumerate the various taxes application to tourism-related establishments. And lastly, discuss the limitation of foreigners in tourism investments. Next, Foreign Investments Act of 1991. A Philippine national is a citizen, domestic partnership, or corporation with at least 60% Filipino ownership. Corporations doing business in the Philippines must have 100% Filipino ownership. Small and medium-sized enterprises with less than 200,000 are reserved for Philippine nationals, while non-Philippine nationals have a minimum capital of 100,000. Next, under Executive Order Number 139, dated October 27, 2002, pursuant to Republic Act 8179, promulgating the 5th Regular Foreign Investment, Negative List, and other special laws. The following investments have the corresponding limitation of foreign ownership. List A. Foreign ownership is limited by mandate of the Constitution and specific clause, no foreign equity. 1. Mass media except recording Article 16, Section 11 of the Constitution, Presidential, 2 Memorandum dated May 4, 1994. Services involving the practice of license, professions, save in cases prescribed by law. A. Engineering. B. Medicine and allied professions. C. Accountancy. D. Architecture. A. Criminology. F. Chemistry. G. Custom brokerage. H. Environmental planning. I. Forestry. G. Geology. K. Interior design. I. Landscape architecture. M. Law. N. Librarianship. O. Marine deck officers. P. Marine engine officers. Q. Master plumbing. Sugar technology. R. Sugar technology. S. Social work. And T. Teaching. So the Philippines Constitution covers various sectors like teaching, retail trade, cooperatives, and security agencies. Up to 25% foreign equity can be allocated to private requirement, public works, and education. Up to 40% can be allocated to financing companies, and up to 60% to investment and financing companies. Next, List B restricts foreign ownership in security, defense, health, small and medium-sized enterprises, firearms, ammunition, military ordinances, weapons repair, saunas, massage clinics, nightclubs, gambling, domestic market enterprises, and advanced technology-based enterprises. Next, tourism projects under the Build, Operate, and Transfer BOT program. So the BOT law recognizes the private sector's crucial role in national growth and development, offering incentives for its mobilization. It covers government, infrastructure, and development projects, including SIMs recognized under Republic Act Number 6987 and Republic Act 7718. So next, Build and Transfer or BOT, a document that transfers ownership of an existing building to the buyer. Build, lease, and transfer, project delivery and procurement model primarily used in the infrastructure sector. Build, own, and operate, a project delivery mechanism in which a government entity sells to a private sector party. Build, operate, and transfer is a method where a private entity receives a public sector concession to finance, design, construct, own, and operate a facility. Build, transfer, and operate, contract, build a facility. Contract, add, and operate, a contractual arrangement whereby the project proponent adds to an existing infrastructure facility. Develop, operate, and transfer, a conceptual arrangement whereby verbal conditions external to a new infrastructure project. Rehabilitate, operate, and transfer, contractual arrangement whereby an existing facility is turned over to the private sector to refurbish. rehabilitate, own, and operate, to refurbish and operate an existing facility without any ownership time limit. So next, by way of introduction, the laws applicable for purposes of discussions of the different negotiable instruments and documents of title in tourism investments are as follows, and these are: first, Act 2031, also known as Negotiable Instrument Law; second, Presidential Decree number 115 providing for the regulation of trust receipts transactions; third, Warehouse Receipt Law, Act 2137. Next, the following commercial documents are also useful in merchandising, importation, and exportation of goods which may also be utilized in the tourism industry. Invoice involves a written account of merchandise, includes its value, prices, and charges sent to a purchaser, consignee, and actor. Sales invoice, it is a repository of the agreement resulting from negotiations for the sale of goods between the parties. It is a list of goods sold and the prices charged for them. Purchase order, a contract between the buyer and seller used by the purchasing department to order goods, authorize delivery, and submit a bill. Bill of lading, a written document from a carrier outlining contractual terms for the delivery of goods, serving as both a receipt and a contract. Warehouse Receipt, the Warehouse Receipt Law, Act 2137, promotes negotiable warehouse receipts for storage commodities, transferring title over the commodity with debtor bearing loss in case of loss. Trust Receipt, law punishes dishonesty and abuse of confidence in money or goods handling, aiding importers and retail dealers with limited funds. Next, Article 1249 of the Civil Code of the Philippines states that payment in money must be made in the stipulated currency, and promissory notes payable to order or bills of exchange only have effect after cash. Next, the General Banking Law of 2000 Republic Act 8791 was enacted based on the following state policy. The state recognizes, first, the vital role of banks in providing an environment conducive to the sustained development of the national economy, and second, the fiduciary nature of banks that requires high standards for integrity and performance. Next, the following are the commercial documents which are usually necessary and required in the processing of loan availment in favor of the borrower corporation, and these are: promissory note, credit line agreement, real estate mortgage, chattel mortgage, surety agreement, letter of credit, and trust receipt. Next, as part of the regulation of the government, the bank, a person extending credit, must give the debtor owner in writing a recital of the following upon extending a loan, and these are: cash price, amount credited in F on installment price, difference between cash and installment price, and recital of finance charges and what these charges bear to the amount to be financed in percentage. Next, Section 3. Access device means any card, plate, code, account number, personal identification number, or other telecommunications service, equipment, or instrumental identifier, or other means of account access that can be used to obtain money, goods, services, or any other thing of value, or to initiate a transfer of funds, other than a transfer originated solely by paper instrument. Section 3. A credit card is any card, plate, coupon book, or other credit device existing for a purpose of obtaining money, goods, property, labor, or services, or anything of value on credit. Next, Section 3, Open and Credit Plan, means a consumer credit extended on an account pursuant to a plan under which A. The creditor may permit the person to make purchase or obtain loans from time to time, directly from the creditor or indirectly by use of credit card or other services. B. The person has the privilege of paying the balance, or C. A finance charge may be computed by the creditor from time to time and on unpaid balance. Next, rules on renewal. A. Rules on prior disclosures. B. Manner of disclosures. C. Access device fraud. D. Fraud commissions. The following have been classified as priority activities related to tourism under the ERMM list. Export activities. Export trader and service. Exporters support activities for exporters. B. Infrastructure and services. First, public utilities with developmental route of the 5 provinces and 1 city of the ERMM and other adjacent cities and provinces. Common carriers such as land, air, and water transport facilities. 2. Telecommunication with the international gateways. C. Development of retirement villages. This shall include health and medical facilities including amenities required by the Philippine Retirement Authority or PRE, subject to the guidelines to be approved by BOI ERMM and consultation with the PRE. The Department of Health or DOH, the Regional Planning and Development Office, and other concerned agencies, the ERMM priority and tourism areas. Next, listed below are potential tourist destinations which need further exploration and evaluation for intensified promotions, development, and marketing. A. Area 1. Sulu Province. B. Area 2, Tawi-Tawi, Bungao, Tawi-Tawi Province. C. Area 3, Lanao del Sur, Marawi City, Lanao del Sur Province. Area 4, Maguindanao, Cotabato City, Maguindanao Province. Area 5, Basilan Isabela, Basilan Province. The following are required to pay travel taxes: Filipino nationals, permanent resident aliens, non-resident aliens who have stayed in the Philippines for more than 1 year. The following are exempted to pay travel taxes: Filipino overseas contract workers, Filipino permanent residents abroad who stays in the Philippines is less than 1 year or balikbayan, infants 2 years old and below. Next, the requirements for exemptions are as follows. A. Filipino overseas contract workers. The document outlines the requirements for obtaining a valid passport, employment certificate, and overseas employment certificate or OAC from POAE, as well as a certificate of work or employment from the employer. B. Filipino permanent residents abroad. The document outlines the requirements for Filipino citizens to obtain permanent residence in a foreign country, including a passport, ITR for 18 to 60, and an affidavit of unemployment. C. Funds. Travel tax exemptions cover foreign diplomatic representatives, UN employees, U.S. military personnel, international career crew, Philippine Foreign Service personnel, government employees, approved students, and Philippine offices of multinational corporations not in the Philippines. Next, in conclusion, it is critical for investors and other stakeholders in the tourism business to comprehend and abide by the regulations pertaining to financing and investments in the sector. Adherence to these regulations not only guarantees lawful operations but also promotes sustainable expansion and enhances the overall prosperity of tourism endeavors. Through the prioritization of legal compliance and the proper utilization of financial rules, stakeholders may effectively manage risks, draw in investments, and optimize the potential of tourism initiatives. And that's all for my report in Chapter 12. Once again, this is Jeneriel Cagas from BSHM 3B. Thank you and God bless.